All right, hey, shalom, 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 shalom. I want to start by saying, Brak Yahweh, Brak Yahushai, Brak Yahweh, Brak Yahushai, Brak Yahweh, Brak Yahushai, Kahalamla Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakudash, and also double honor to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders grand ministers in the whole world, and also shalom, the sincere Adkema Day pushing truth in the name of Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakudash, who happen to be scattered around the four corners of the earth. And I'm back here again with another lesson. And this lesson is going into what's happening worldwide. Within the news, the signs that we're supposed to be, watching out for before the return of Yahushai. And things right now are getting the signs right now are being basically revealed unto us daily, man. And it seems like the time is moving quickly as well. Okay, and before I go ahead, I want to get this precept. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 20 and verse 22. It says, "Except those." Let me start from verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no ever shall be. All right, in the AMP says, for at that time there will be a great tribulation, pressure, distress, oppression, and this is what we are about to experience real soon. We're already in the beginning. We're already in the beginning of our Jacob trouble. Okay, people are losing their minds. Okay, people are rising up against the government. People are waking up to know that the governments are corrupt. It's a lot of going on. Also, race war is about to be here real soon. Okay, class wars, all that, man, that we've been talking about as it is written in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. All right, it says, I'm gonna read it one more time in AMP. For at that time there will be a great tribulation, pressure, right, distress, oppression, such as has no cure since the beginning of the world until now, nor ever will again. Right, so this the trouble that we're about to see come upon earth, which is known as Jacob trouble, pursuant to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. This trouble here, it can be compared to any other trouble that has taken place here on earth. It's gonna make 7 AD it's gonna make 7 AD look like a baby. Atlantic slave trade, any other tribulations that our people face in different captivity, it's Jacob trouble is gonna make them look like nothing. Okay, what was happening over there in Egypt as well, none of that, man, is gonna be comparable to Jacob trouble. All right, verse 22, which is the key one. Except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. In the AMP says, if those days of tribulation had not been cut short, no human life will be saved. But for the sake of the elect, God's chosen ones, those days will be shortened. And we're seeing that right now the Heavenly Father Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is moving time quickly. Okay, with the way things are happening, it's all happening quickly, man. You wake up tomorrow, it's gonna be something new, or right now something's happening. Revelation 12 and 12 real quick, and the key point is at the end of the verse. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, ye are doing them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is coming down unto you, having a great wrath, because he enough that he have but a short time. So Esau knows he's a short time, so therefore he's moving quickly. Okay, the Heavenly Father Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is speeding him up. Okay, Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. As the rivers of water, he turneth whatsoever he will. So the Heavenly Father right now is controlling these devils and making them move faster than they were moving before. Because their time is running short. And that's why you see there's a lot of confusion happening right now, man. There's a lot of things happening that are questionable. It's too much, man. Okay, and to this day, the dude from there was a dude over here in Australia, over there in the state of Victoria, who shot 2 police. They haven't caught him. You know, like you know your so-called technologies is at the height of its peak. Okay, but you can't catch this person, right? You know, but see, well, you know, to me again, I'm a call 2 Corinthians 2:11. You know, we can't be ignorant of Esau's devices, because to me, the way I see it is that Esau is doing this over in Australia, over there in USA, worldwide, okay, with these type of attacks for him to usher in what? Tracking digit system, which is gonna be what? Eventually gonna lead to Revelation chapter 13. You know, everybody's gonna be forced to enroll into the new system. Watch. Okay. So anyway, let's go from there. It was another precept. I think that's it. So let me show you real quick. All right, this right here. This is a quick hit right here. Quick news, judgment. It says a live updates. It sounds like I say a lot. It says Afghanistan earthquake live. Death toll hits 1,400 as rescue efforts go on. You see? This is alive right now, man. All right, I'll get Matthew 24. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 7. It says for you know what? Let me get the one different translation. Luke 21 and verse 11. It says, "And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights, and great signs shall be there from heaven." And we know, to do with the great signs in heaven. There's a solar eclipse happening on September 7th. Yeah, let me see if I can put it out here real quick. It says, a red black moon set to light up Australian skies next week. Right here, millions of Australians across the country have the chance to witness a rare black moon next week. Many from the comfort of their own homes. The last black moon occurred in March, but was only briefly visible in Australian skies. Who missed out seeing the early phenomenon as began before the moon rose in capital cities across the country, but they will get another chance very soon. Here's everything you need to know about the black moon set to appear in the early hours of Monday, September 8th. So in America, it happens on September 7th. So on 8th. Beautiful. Right here. Okay. It says here, right? Hare is a black moon. Black moons don't happen often because total lunar eclipses are fairly rare. The second less common that penumbral or partial lunar eclipse, which occur more frequently but don't paint the moon bright red. It makes it even more exciting that Australia will witness 2 black moons this year. The last black moon took place on March 14th, was briefly visible from some parts of the country, especially along the East Coast. Prior to that, the last black moon was in November 2022. All right, then it goes in time. This black moon is going to be 3:30 a.m. here in Australia. So that's when it's going to happen. It says the maximum eclipse, when the effect is at its strongest, will occur almost 45 minutes later. It says approximate times in each cap city as follows: Sydney is going to be 4:11, Melbourne 4:11 a.m., Brisbane 4:11 a.m., Canberra. Right. This is a sign in heaven, man. Okay, let's go from there. Verse 25. Luke 21:25. There will be, it's like, and there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth the stress of nations, which I'm about to show you here in this video I got put up. With perplexity the sea and the waves rolling. Men's heart failing them for fear, and looking for after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Also, NASA talking about that chariot that I've seen 7,000 miles long, which, like, one of the beloved elder from GMS Vegas, he made cool points with it. You just can't believe what this is telling you, because you gotta remember that this devil has showed you about that blue beam project, man. So those are things we look out for. Joel 2:30, and I'll show wonders in heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood. See, before the great and the terrible day of Yahweh Hashem shall come. And this is what we're witnessing. Second, this is what we're about to witness on the 7th of September. On the 7th of September, man, that black moon. But coming back, Luke 21:11, earthquakes. Okay, it killed that killed, it's like, let me go. That killed 1,400. This is, right now, 24 minutes ago, man. Let's go from there and get another preset. All right. Zephaniah 3:5. It says the just Yahweh is in the midst of both. He will not do iniquity. That earthquake there was not iniquity. It was a righteous thing. It says he will not do iniquity. Every morning that he brings judgment to light, he faileth not, but unjust enough no shame, man. If you're an Israelite, man, you should be paying attention to these signs or these plagues that the Heavenly Father Yahweh Shemshah is bringing upon earth. Okay? Because the worst hasn't happened yet. All right? It's judgment, man. Real quick, let's go from there. And you know what? Let me now play the video. I'll do this. Let's get this precepts while we on point with it. 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I'll bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's what we are seeing right now. Okay? Now let's go from there and start playing these videos, and you see for yourself. Yeah, man. See, we in them. We are in those days, man. Matthew 24 and verse 12. Because iniquity shall bound, the love of many shall wax cold, and that's what we're seeing right now. Because people here, as you can see here, check this out. It says outrage grew. It says outrage grew as lawmakers received a 3,000 a month house allowance amid cost of living crisis. So the poor This is a protest looted finance minister Siri Muluyani's residence, stealing furniture and artwork. What does that remind you? Let's get that precept. Also, before I do that, let me get this precept in the book of Job. Job chapter 20, verse 27. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise against him. In the AMP, the heavens will reveal his weaknesses and guilt, and earth will rise up against him. And this is going into what is going into Esau. Okay, but when you go deep into this, them people that are getting attacked over there in Indonesia, they know the Edomites, but who are they influenced by? Esau. Okay, but them people ain't having it, man. And the weaknesses of Esau and you other nations as well, okay, you top ones, is being revealed by the internet. We're seeing it. Okay? And the earth will rise up against him. The earth people rising up against you. All right? And then the whole problem goes back to who? Esau. Believe it or not, man. Okay? It goes back to fucking Esau. Anyway, so let's go from there. And so another precept that came to my mind is this: 2 Ezra 15 and verse I'm start from verse 14. Woe to the war in them that do the ring for the sword and the destruction drew nigh. One people shall stand up, fight against another, and swords in their hands. That's what's happening over there in Indonesia. Then eventually it's gonna happen to in America, Australia, Europe. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, it shall not be able. Martial law is going to be called in. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and house shall be destroyed. A man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And you just read it that these people invaded somebody's house, got in there, took some shit from them. Now imagine when food is online, there's no food, man. It's gonna get worse. Okay? It's going to get worse. All right. I want to read 2 Ezra 9 in GMBC real quick. Second Ezra chapter 9 in GMBC says, he answered, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs I have told you about have appeared, you will know that the time has come when God Most High will bring judgment on the world he has created, and judgment is here. There will be earthquakes, right? We see that over there in Afghanistan. This is the second biggest earthquake to hit Afghanistan this year, right? National rebellions. We see that in Indonesia. Okay, Australia too. Let me show you something. Which the other video I have to do a different lesson on.
Anti-immigration rallies are taking place in capital cities and regional centres across the country this afternoon. In Melbourne, anti-immigration protesters and a pro-Palestine rally have clashed in the CBD, with pepper spray being deployed and several demonstrations have formed in the city today with the Sydney Marathon.
Yes, see that? It says there will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. When you see these things happening, you will know that they are what the Most High Yahweh Shem Shah have spoken about since the beginning of creation. The beginning and the end of everything that happens in this world are clear. You see? This is what we're seeing right now, man. We are in those last days, man. Believe it or not. Okay? Now, we just waiting for that first flag to take place, and the Easter tries to, heat the whole world with the reset, and you're gonna see it for yourself, man. All right, 2 Ezra chapter 5, I want to get to the point of, just to the point of this. 2 Ezra chapter 5 and verse verse 8, it says, there shall be a confusion also in many places. There's a lot of confusion going on right now, man. And the fire shall be often sent out again. There's fires over here in Australia right now as well. The wild beasts shall change their places. Animals changing their, from their natural habitation into living in certain area they ain't supposed to be at. And monstrous women shall bring forth monsters. Women giving birth to crazy ass kids and retards and deformed. All that is happening right now, man. And so water should be found in the sweet, going in water as well. Your regular water is all contaminated, man. Then when it comes to the truth, you really gotta be careful who you listening to and following. And then when you go into the ways of Esau, his philosophy is to destroy you. Okay, and all friends should destroy one another. Then shall we hide itself, and understanding will withdraw itself into his secret chamber, going into this knowledge, man. It's no longer gonna be here because it's gonna put a stop to it, because this devil's been exposed, as I read before in the book of Job 20 and 27, man. Okay, they're gonna try and digitalize the internet. What you put up on the internet, if it's not accepted, it's not gonna go up. And if you put up somehow you sneak something on YouTube or whatever, you're gonna be fine. Verse 10 and share Saki. And shall be sort of many, be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinence be multiplied upon the earth. And that's what we are seeing right now, man. Okay. So with that, man, hey, I'm not going to make this lesson long. I'll probably be back with another one, Lord willing, tomorrow. Going into this situation here, man, it's, hey, it's not looking too great, for you people. But for the elects, we know where all this is leading to, man. Okay. We know where all this is leading to. We know Esau is involved, is behind all this shit you see right now, man. Don't be lied to, man. Okay, so with that, man, Shalom Akim, Yabashim Brakathon.